Guess what? Guess what?
What?
Overnight, Ruby got the software update.
Oh my goodness. Oh, goodness gracious. That's so good.
So today, they won't have to hear me complaining about not having the update. I'll just be complaining that I can't read the font or any of the stuff on my screen either.
Right, I understand.
I hear the time and miles remaining or percent remaining, and that stuff at the bottom is smaller.
Right.
We'll see. I'll let you know.
Right. Too bad.
It's cloudy. I didn't order this for today.
That's right.
I did not order clouds for a Monday.
Yeah.
Just the paper.
Yeah, but Ruby has the software update.
Right. Gray got her 10 minutes of loving this morning. She was in the mood. It suited her. Right, Gray? Right? Stripe's not here this morning. That's like the first time in 10 plus days. Hopefully he'll show up here in a bit. Morris was in the front yard, so it's possible Stripe is wandering too. Usually though now he comes a running when he hears me. So I don't know where he is. And it's not because Tux has done something wrong, because Tux is that way. You had me worried, but there you are. Hi. Hello. Meow. Time to take Ruby for a ride and check out this new release, this new software release, the holiday release on the Model X. Good afternoon, Ruby. Dawn's taking a conference call for work, so I've got a few minutes. So in both Jules and Ruby, it says 2020.48.25, but on the phone app and in TeslaFi, it says 2020.48.26. And since I'm a software developer type, I'm going to notice stuff like that. And I guess it's just a typo, right? Because this number doesn't mean anything. Somebody just typed that in, and best as I could tell, they typed it in wrong. First off, let me add myself to the list of people not happy with the smaller font. And I might add the needless rearrangement of the information at the very bottom of the driver instrument cluster. I searched Google Photos for Marianne's iPhone. I figured I probably had a lot of pictures of the instrument cluster, and I let Google find them for me. And I'm having trouble, backing out on my driveway. I was having trouble looking at my reverse drive park because it's on the other side of the display. And then, the temperature and the PRND have reversed places. So that is more annoying to me actually than the decrease in the font size, which I can tell it's smaller, but it's not like super smaller. But yeah, why? I mean, how is that helpful to me? How is that helpful to someone that's been driving the car for a while? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. So that's my first impression. So yep, the Tesla T is gone. I'm going to click down here on the car and then software to get back to the release notes. Kind of it when you get in the car that it tells you that if you have time to read it. Hopefully not too many people dismiss it and then can't figure out where it is later. This looks very similar exactly even to what Jules had. We've got the 3 new games, the Battle of Polytopia, Cat Quest, and Solitaire. Driving visualization improvements. I guess I would be interested to see what it says here is happening. It says the instrument cluster has been refreshed. Autopilot set speed, autopilot availability, and detected speed limit are now displayed next to the driving speed. Additionally, select items have slightly moved but will continue to look and behave the same. Have slightly moved. I'm sorry, but that was a little funny. So I guess the steering wheel for autopilot and the traffic aware cruise control circle, the set speed, are now both to the left of the speed limit instead of switched, and now the speed limit sign is over here when it used to be over here. I mean, really, why do we do, how is that helpful to me? It's not helpful. I don't understand. I personally like having these things split because there is room for confusion when you get kicked out of autopilot. Yeah, you get kicked out of autopilot, but you're still in traffic aware cruise control, and it's nice to have them separate instead of side by side, so your brain can sort of differentiate the car's doing everything or the car's only doing braking and acceleration. So I personally kind of relied on those being not next to each other, so I could see, oh, they're both on both sides of the speed limit sign, or the speeder are lit, or they're not both on. But I guess powers that be thought this was somehow better. Maybe it is better. I don't know. I'm sure I can get used to it, but I just don't have anything else to say about it. Yeah, so this text is a little bit different for the S and the X just because, you know, it mentions the instrument cluster, which of course the 3 and the Y don't have. It's the center screen. Schedule department improvements. I'm sure that's going to be the same. It'll let you tell when your electric rates are off peak or the cheapest. Supercharger display improvements. I do like these pictures that they've put with the stuff, and a little bit more detail than before. Probably not still as much detail as I would like to see, but it is more detail. And then vehicle information improvements. Yeah, the Tesla T has been removed. So, yeah, I don't know. It's about, like I said, it's about the same as it was on Jules. There's not anything significantly different. So I want to go check out Solitaire just for a comparison here. Sorry, I went to the wrong spot. And there's the arcade, and there's Solitaire. And let's play a game. And maybe I can play it better today than I played it the other day. I'm going to change the theme because I really like the starship in the background. Come on. There we go. It was sort of like that in Jules too. All right. So now we're good. Now I got my starship theme. Yay. It looks plenty big and perfectly nice on Ruby's screen. Dawn told me, and I remember I should move my aces up top there. And so yeah, this looks very similar. And just to see, so you can minimize the game now. John wanted to know, there was like a little line on Jules, and I said, I think that so you can get in and out of the game. But that's pretty convenient. You can minimize it, although it looks like it shut it down, but you can come back to it. It's kind of like a shortcut now. So I had not seen that before. And that icon does have the little, you know, tab in the upper corner, and that is what it did. It did like put it up in the upper corner. So that's pretty cool. And we're going to try here in a minute to put it in drive. And what does this do? Does that make it more of the screen? Okay, so there was a little bit of the screen. These arrows shrink or enlarge. There was a little bit. You got the heating controls and maybe get to the charging screen and stuff. But you can also make it full screen. And that almost full screen. You still get exit game and shrink the screen. But so that's cool. So if I put the game up there, and now I'm going to put the car, my foot's still on the brake. So that did not, that's Teslafied letting me know I've sat here for 15 minutes. Thank you. That's nice. Doesn't seem like I've been here that long. So I'm in drive now, and if I press on the game, Solitaire is for everyone, but playing while the car is in motion is only for passengers. Please check local laws prior to playing. Oh, you can say you're a passenger. Huh. I haven't moved. I am in drive, but I'm still sitting here. I'm not moving. I'm not driving the car. So that's new that it would actually let you do that. I wonder if that's true for other stuff as well. I mean, I'm good with it. If Dawn is driving and I want to play solitaire, yes, I can. So let's see what happens now when we go over here to entertainment, and I want to bring up 2048, which is my personal favorite Tesla game that I do still play from time to time. And it says this cannot be used unless the vehicle is parked. So, well, why not? Because 2048 is really similar to solitaire as far as, and let me put the car in park now. Okay. And it did remove that without me having to select it again. From a software perspective, I like that. So I'm going to say play game. And you know, we all know basically how to play 2048. Like I said, this is like my favorite Tesla game. I have never completed it. But you know, that might spoil it for me. So I would say this game needs to be updated with the park it over here stuff. And probably what they've done is they've built the new games. I'm just doing the software developer thing now. They built the new games with the park it feature, but they didn't necessarily go back and update the existing games. So I'm going to close it down and not let you guys see the pin. Get that screen out of the way. And I just want to make note that solitaire did stay parked up there. So, yeah, my guess would be is they could easily come back and change 2048 to park it, but they didn't do that. They haven't updated the old game. So if I remember correctly, and I'm going to turn my sound all the way down so we don't have to listen so you guys can hear me, but I'm going to click on Battle of Polytopia, and I'm going to put the car back in drive. And if I hit play game, and I haven't set a profile name in here. I did it in I did it in Jules the other night, but I did not do one for Ruby. You know, this is kind of an important thing here, knowing that you can, well, it'll allow you to type in your own. I want one of my trainer names for Pokemon. If I could type my Ruby red dress, just like on Pogo. And I'm gonna do create. Yay! I love it. And play game, and I am still in drive. I am a passenger. So like I said, they just have not gone and updated the existing games with this support. They've given it just to the new games. Wow. Okay. So I could go in there. I noticed that I am getting the, I'm going to say approved. Let's go just a little bit farther. New game. I don't know. I am interested to learn how to play this, but I have not, obviously I don't know what I'm doing yet. And I'm just going to hit the park it. And now I have Polytopia parked instead of solitaire. So apparently you can only park one game up there at a time. That's sort of what I wanted to know, is could I park more than one or just the one? So that's interesting. All right, I'm going to go ahead and exit game. And just to say I did put it back in drive. I'm going to put it back in park for a minute. I don't see anything different, fonts, locations, or anything with anything that's on the center screen. This looks exactly like it looked before. I think this across the bottom looks the same. I know on the Model Y and 3 it's changed a little bit, but that looked the same. I'm not noticing any difference. Put the fan speed back down. I didn't really realize it was off. But everything here to me looks the same. Let's go back to quick controls. I mean, we already had really great visualizations on the Model X, and I'm not sure that I am noticing any additional visualizations here over what I had seen before. I guess the one thing left to do is actually go for a ride and see the driving visualizations on the instrument cluster. So I did notice between the house and the environmental park that the yellow proximity detection, proximity alert symbols are bigger on the X driver visualizations, just like they were on Jules the Y. Yes, yes, I apparently am over the speed limit. I'm sorry. So yeah, the proximity alert, I definitely noticed that. I'll see if I can trigger that a little bit. And I am noticing now the steering wheel, the autopilot, and the set speed, which I always call the traffic aware cruise control symbol, are both to the left of the speed limit now, and they are much tinier. They are much tinier. So I'm here on Judd Parkway, headed toward the Fuquay Walmart intersection with Main Street, and I'm not noticing a lot of differences here with the driving visualization. Well, I told her she could go, but then it changed to yellow and she's stopping, which is fine since it's red now. Yeah, I realize the sun here is creating a good bit of reflection. Tell her she can go. I did that with the stalk on the left side of the wheel. Yeah, I manually lowered the speed with the stalk. 2 clicks. Each took it down 5 miles an hour down to 35 because we're closer to the, you know, real part of the city now, inside the city limits. Well, it's green, so I'm going to go ahead and hit the stalk. Tell her it's okay to go through. She slowed because of the pickup truck. Go ahead and put my foot on the brake, stop her out of traffic aware cruise control so I can take her around the right turn here. I want to go just the other side of Sheet, so I'm going to take about a 3 or 4 mile ride here, sort of head up 401 going out of town, and show lane changing and a couple of other things. So I am on 401 now, just heading out of town as if I was taking Johnny to school, heading north toward downtown Raleigh. And traffic's not too heavy, but there is more than less traffic out here. I'm gonna put Ruby in autopilot. My hands are on the wheel, technically both of them. I would like to try changing lanes, but the Toyota minivan here on my left is going a little slow for being in the left-hand lane. Back in a minute. So the D is now blue, which I guess is an additional indication that I'm in autopilot. Let me use the stalk to go out of autopilot, and it's back to white. Autopilot, blue. So they have added a little bit of an additional way to show the driver that the car is in autopilot. There are 2 ways now, both the steering wheel being illuminated blue up left of the speed, and the actual D. lanes. So the visualization is very similar to the Y. Yeah, I forgot to soft touch the turn signal. Or maybe that's only Jules. I don't remember. I can't basically ever remember to only soft touch it and click it all the way over no matter what. So I'll try to soft touch it here when I'm past this pickup truck and get back over in the right hand lane. Yep, soft touch works in the X just fine if I can remember to do it. And then of course she sets it back off, so probably gonna make a turn up here and head back the way I came, so let's go ahead and get over. I hard clicked it that time, so then I had to take it back off. I'm good with that though. Alright. This is an intersection I haven't been at before because it's brand new over here by Wake Tech, and I see it has a caution on U-turns light up there, which I'm not sure I've ever seen that symbol before. It's obvious what it is, but all right, headed back into the sun, unfortunately. But what I wanted to do now was just traffic aware cruise control, and yeah, the D stayed white, so you're only going to see the blue D if you're in autopilot. I got a message, and I could not get the camera up quick enough, but it says traffic control features may be degraded, front camera is blinded, and there was also a big red symbol up to the side as well. And I guess I'm not too surprised that she said that because yeah. I get all about that blinding part. I wish she'd show it again so I could show you. Should be able to go back and look at my notifications though and read exactly what it was, but I wanted to show you the visualization for it. I'm gonna go back up 401 to see if I can generate that message, but I wanted to come in here and see the messages if I can remember where they are. So I'm back in the release notes. Where's vehicle information go? Oh, that was just telling you that that's gone. But you know that hazard sign that you get, it's not up here right now because I'm not currently having it, but it's somewhere here. Let's see if I can figure it out. Yeah, I thought you could go back and see all the notifications, but apparently it's under service, notifications, but when you click on it, if there's no active notifications, which I'm thankful I don't need service, don't misunderstand, but it doesn't show you the ones that were issued. I would really like to be able to come back. Sometimes they you know, flash up here and you don't see them until it's too late to really comprehend what it said, but you'd really still like to know. And you know, you just keep the last 10 or 15 or something, scroll them off. That I would like to be able to see them. Now, if Don has his foot on the accelerator while he's in cruise control, which apparently he does a lot. You get the little yellow triangle that tells you basically the car won't brake for you because your foot's on the accelerator. And if on Jules, on the big screen, if I click on the little triangle, I can see that message, and also I have been able to see others, at least prior to this last software update, which I don't think that part's changed. So I probably, if I put my foot on the accelerator while I'm in traffic aware cruise control, I'll get the little triangle and I can click on it and see stuff too. But I'd like to just anytime go and look at those yellow and red messages just to see the last 10 or 15 so I can kind of have a feel for what's going on. Service is going to be able to find the persistent ones that are a real problem, whether you can see them or not. So, but as the driver, I'd kind of like to know. I mean, I guess what I'm saying is don't let one message get rid of all of the other messages. Only put it in there one time, maybe, even if it's persistent. But anyway, I can't tell what that message said. I'm going to go back up 401 and turn around and see if I can get the message a second time, because I really want to see it, and I bet you guys do too. Okay, I am behind a pickup truck that's kind of driving slow and a little erratically. I've got my foot on the accelerator now. You can see the cruise control will not brake message. And then over here, this is where I could use a second person in the car. I do have the red triangle. if I tap it, I am seeing messages. It has one from earlier today, but not the one that now as soon as I take my foot off of the accelerator and that message goes away, the red triangle goes away, and my ability to go back and see that notification also goes away. So now you can see I'm in autopilot. I'm headed back into the sun. Yep, there's the message. She's not sure she can see. Alright, so I was able to capture that. Now she didn't do anything erratic. She didn't actually stop autopilot. She seems to be in autopilot just fine. Now last time the little red symbol went away right away when the message went away, but this time it stayed up a little longer. Well, I'm glad I was able to capture that. I mean, that's good. I think she should tell you, but I also think the driver can't see good that, you know, that you also know that that the car could be having trouble, because you're having trouble. Yeah. So that's pretty. You saw the red up at the top, just like the blue autopilot if you weren't steering properly. And I'm sorry for the out of focus, but the camera really doesn't like that super duper bright light. I put a speed limit tracking software on my phone, and I also wanted to show that Ruby is keeping pretty close to the set speed. Yes, yes. Definitely coming into the sun at 3:40 in the afternoon. Coming into the 45 mile an hour. I'm just mostly tapping down the speed limit in 5 mile per hour increments there, so that we can show that we're coming up on the stoplight now. And she's stopping. There are 2 lead cars in front of me. Not a lot of work going on right now. I guess today is sort of the holiday week. Like I said, I don't know what they were thinking when they tore it up right before Christmas. Well, that's all I can really think to test right now. Of course, just in general, how autopilot feels. Did that change over time? I guess we would know. And yeah, I'm sure there's a few other things out there, just, you know, to make sure things haven't changed release to release. But I think I managed to cover most of the new stuff put in. Hope so anyway. I see Don is letting some warmer air into the garage. It was in the low 60s here today. I think that was a little unexpected, sort of snuck up on us. And Tux, who was very active all day today, I guess he finally decided to take him a nap. How was your run?
It was good. It was nice and sunny today. It was warm. I was very comfortable on my run. I saw probably a dozen people, so I guess a lot of people out today. You know, today's video, you said there was like 9 cars yesterday up at the park. I can imagine, you know, that kind of a day again today, because it was very nice.
Yeah, I don't know that I saw a lot of cars at the environmental park, but there was a lot of traffic in Fuquay. I tried to go up 401 toward Hilltop Needmore and demonstrate lane changing, which I did do. Good. Mm-hmm. But it was crowded. It was not like, oh, I'm out here on the road by myself, let me demonstrate lane changing whenever I feel like it. Is like, oh, well, I'm gonna have to actually see if there's a car in the other lane, or yeah. So okay. Yeah, it went okay though. I mean, I think I discovered some cool things that I didn't know about after being in Jules that I now know about after testing Ruby. Right. So right. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to editing that up and getting it out there.
Very cool. I look forward to seeing it.
While Johnny's away.
Yeah, bacon. Lots and lots of bacon.
Yep, yum. We had, we're still cooking it, so we'll have some throughout the week, but we just got done having an omelet and lots and lots of bacon.
That's right.
Johnny will be home tomorrow. We might have a few pieces left for him.
Yeah, okay.
It's not ice cream.
That's true.
It's close though.
So my girl's in here. She's doing her Legos.
This is some of the stuff the last 3 or 4 times I got things at Guardian Angel. They needed to go in the bin so I can find the parts. So
Yeah.
and I'm trying not to hurt my back. So
She's got help.
Right, I got help. And instead of being on the floor, I'm trying to do it standing up at the bed. It's moderately better, but not great. But
Understand.
I want to do it, so
Yeah, well, we're
persevere.
going to get better. We got to take it a little easier and do things a little differently.
That's true. Yeah, I knew 2020 felt like a wet year, and here's the numbers. Of course, we got a couple more days than the year to go, but our normal yearly rainfall for Raleigh is 46 inches. The average across the country is 38 inches. So Raleigh's a little over average. And then this year we had almost 9 extra inches at 54.72 inches. So yeah, it was a wet, I knew it felt like a wet year. It was a wet year. I know some of y'all, every time I turned around, it was raining. It got to be really hard to keep the cars clean for any amount of consecutive days. Yeah, we had a lot of rain in 2020.